Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 82 of Direwolf20's server play series where I'm getting attacked by a wisp. Kill him, Soren. Take him down.
Rage attack.
He's on fire.
Go for the gold. Be a hero.
Sasha Varel's still here with Tahg and Soren and Player, and I think Pahimar is still on, isn't he?
Yep.
Ask him.
Cool, and Neptune Pink. Yep. So Tahg is going to finish giving us the tour of his base. We kind of cut it in the middle of last episode there. Wanted to give you guys a little bit of a cliffhanger so you can wait to come back in this episode and see Tahg's base. So now that we're in episode 82, Tahg, finish showing us around. So I see you've got some kind of sorting system, something or other over here. But it's all vanilla chests, which confuses me.
This used to be my house in this rectangular shape.
Oh, yeah.
I had like cobblestone walls around it.
Cool.
This hasn't moved, so
Nice. I just recognize this now.
I'm kind of very slowly tearing it down and like sorting it out and stuff.
Fair enough. What I did was just build a whole new sorting system, and then I threw an ender chest down and just started dumping stuff into the ender chest and let it sort itself. It was a really good way to figure out where I was missing things.
A staircase.
So should we go down by a staircase or by a portal? I'm thinking staircase so we can have the full effect of me hitting my head. Because I know that, see, Tahg, you have to build stairs more than 2 blocks high. I'm going to walk down backwards now so I don't see myself hitting my head on every step. Hopefully there's not a lake of lava. Okay, we're good. Yeah, three blocks tall, buddy.
I thought it was.
Well, then he gets better off here.
Yeah, I'm just hitting my head on every step. I'm a tall guy, dude. I'm 2 blocks tall. I'm very tall.
The straight staircase I had was better, but that one's kinda, I might drop it down the block.
Cool. All right, what you got down here? I see some farms. Pretty nice.
Yeah, these are my farms. There's no peat in the system, so they're not running.
Right.
They actually haven't been running for quite some time because I haven't needed really apples or oats.
Oh, that's a cool look. I like your little pyramid look here. Did you do that by hand or is that turtle dug?
No, I did this on my hand. I climbed up there on dirt scaffolding and dug it all out.
You should make scaffolding.
Yeah, I should.
Shouldn't you?
I always forget about it.
I know, it's one of those blocks that's like super handy but really easy to forget it exists.
Because you don't think of it when you think industrial craft.
Where'd you go? All right. Yeah, I have coke ovens which feed automatically from the wood from my tree farms.
Oh, cool. That's pretty neat. And then you have there we go.
I did a decent amount of creosote oil.
Yeah, you do.
And a lava tank.
Lava.
Nice. Where's that all being fed from? The nether?
Yeah, the nether.
That's my nether. Oh, there's all your IC2 stuff. Okay, cool. Sorting machine coming down here for just your ores, it looks like. Ores go down here.
Yeah, this is just processing. The rest kind of goes down and doubles back up.
See, there's something I don't often do, is have the machine just flush in the wall like that. Usually I have it either sitting by itself or hidden totally.
Yeah, I kind of like the furnaces flush. They kind of look cool like that.
They do look good, as does the retriever, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, how often are you taking those retrievers?
Once a second, I think.
Ouch.
Well, there's stuff. I suppose I suppose they don't need to tip that often. I think they will pull multiple items.
You got a rock crusher going here too. That's cool.
I do, but it drains blue electric power like crazy.
Oh, you're using blue electric. Yeah, blue electric, conversion from blue electric to Buildcraft energy is pretty expensive.
Yeah, there's nothing really over there. This is my kind of portal room.
Your version of a Nexus.
This way is my windmills.
Oh. Yeah, we're up high, aren't we?
I like the biodome look from here. That is.
It does look really good from up here, dude. You built that by hand, by the way?
Not the biodome. No, that was a turtle.
Oh, good.
I asked him a few minutes ago. He's like,
Nice. Wow, 5 windmills. Look at this, man.
Yeah. And then I recently supplemented it with solar power. It's 40.
Nice. Do these solar panels generate power from underneath the windmill?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They're opaque. Or non-opaque.
Oh, that's
Pretty
cool.
sure they do anyway, because that's how I had her set up.
Neat. Wow, look at all these transformers and stuff, dude. You got like a serious design going on down here.
Yeah, and what I have 16 bat boxes up here.
Wow.
And 2 in the middle, 18 bat boxes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Back down. Poof. Where else can we go? You need to put some signs on your portal so we know where they lead.
I do. I don't. None of the other portals lead. Well, one leads to the shared workshop. The other leads to a room that I was gonna have bees in, but I didn't.
Oh.
So.
Oh, you gave up on the bees.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be the first. Oh, this thing makes your bog earth and stuff? Yeah, nice. And humus. Not
Yeah, it
bad,
does.
dude. Ooh, there's even more to this place. Dude, your base goes on forever, man.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's my
battery
charging
charger.
system for my tunnel bore.
Is your tunnel bore working, by the way? I want to see it.
It does work. Yeah, I think I have a portal to it. Yeah, because I had it stop because I was gonna do some work on it, but I didn't get around to it.
Let's go. I want to check it out.
Oh, and anchor carts work.
We're almost done here. Did you
Okay.
check out my barrel storage room up here?
I did not, but it's cool. You have a lot of carrots.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was
does-
using carts as placeholders for
Yeah.
for
So,
stuff.
what is this one? Because it says item resource, and I don't know what that is.
What's what?
The one right above you.
Oh, that might be...
The
Thom-
shards?
No,
No,
I
it's
think that might be
other side.
thaumium ingots. We should tell Asinor about that.
Asinor.
Are those thaumium ingots?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Also
his
need to
shard
tell-
names don't have the proper naming either. I told what's his name?
King
King Lemming. His ores did the same thing, and I think he fixed it already. I haven't checked, but he said he knows how to fix it. It's real easy, but
I don't actually know how to do it the way they're getting it. I mean, I'd like to know so I don't repeat.
yeah, I'm sure
It's
Ninja
alright.
will tell you
Yeah.
what field he's looking at for that.
Oh,
I'm hungry.
Some translation thing.
Oh, the language?
User disconnected from your channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my geotherms in here. I had to switch from Buildcraft ducts because they didn't pump lava fast enough to a new liquid duct.
Oh, the new ones from
Thermal expansion.
Thermal Expansion? Cool, where are they? I want to see them. The new liquid pipes
you
from
can-
Thermal Expansion are in.
You can sort of see them down here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Is cool looking. Look at that, man. I like how they emit light if lava's traveling through them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there's the old piping from Buildcraft, and here's the liquid ducts. That is nice. They look just like the power transfer pipes, but like liquidy.
Yep.
The
Not bad.
yeah, they're a little thicker, I think.
Yeah, they hold more, I believe.
And
No.
they see instead of awkward engine and stuff, you just need a lever to. They will pump. They won't
Oh,
pump
I
without
gotcha.
a lever.
Unless you put it
So
to
redstone
steam.
signal equals pump. So if I turn off your lever here, it stops
Yeah,
the thing running.
but all my geotherms are probably full. I think I have a full stack of UU in my mass fab, so it's not drawing any power.
Oh, okay. Cool. I like it, dude. That's a nice looking base, man.
Yeah, alright. I think that's everything except for the tunnel bore.
Alright, why don't you head over there, we'll cut the video, and then I'll come back and check it out in a moment. Here we go. Alright. Whoa, tunnel bore. Dude, it is extremely foggy down here. I feel
That's in
fly,
with the wrong way.
fly up a bit.
yeah. Oh, this is a cool
Neptune
looking
and I are
tunnel bore.
lost.
Look at this thing, dude. That is cool.
How do we get to it, Tahg?
I used magic.
Well, I know how you got to it. How did you get it?
You go through the New Digger book, and
No,
my
that works
golem.
better.
Neptune, do you want to come too?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's
Not much
foggy
to
down here.
It is.
It's really foggy down here.
So these are just your stairwell up. And then what do we got here? Power? No, that just goes cobblestone. This guy, something.
I think
this
some
dude filters
cobblestone
cobble.
got
Okay.
stuck to the bottom of it.
You have a version of.
Yeah, I didn't go for combat.
No. This
You want
one.
me to start it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on.
How you're chunk loading this?
Are you missing blocks on the bottom, like covers? Yeah, you are. There's some covers that are missing on the bottom there.
Probably that's why the cobblestone stuck to it.
Yeah,
It doesn't make much of it.
and water
Yeah.
source blocks.
Alright, the turtle should be moving now. Yep.
There's a turtle.
Yeah,
Did
you're
you?
right.
You must have missed the turtle. Oh well, it will.
I don't see the turtle.
Going under the ocean. Okay.
It,
Oh, there he is. So he manually moves the chunk loader along with him.
yeah.
I found that the anchor cart works too.
So how does he know what to do?
The box with it.
He waits until there's nothing in front of him, and then he goes until he hits the frame.
Oh, I see.
So you just watch. He should.
So as soon as he does like a block detect in front, and then when there's nothing there, he turns right. He picks up his chunk loader, turns right, moves down, and then places the chunk loader in the wall. That's
Yep.
cool. That's really cool, actually.
Okay.
He's even doing your pulsing for you, which is like epic.
Yeah. So
That's
I
did
don't
you
have
give him the
any
water?
timers on here. That's just one redstone and a couple of repeaters for timing.
I like that a lot. Oh, that is funny, dude. That is cool. That is really cool.
Is we had
Empty.
so many issues with like pretty much all chunk loaders on frames, so I went with, decided to go with this method.
That's cool. All right, guys, I will be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, that is awesome. I like that build, Tahg. That is a really neat idea. That's really cool.
How are you charging these?
He has
charging
a
station, but
thing.
Yeah, I have the charging station back in my base.
what you need to go check mine.
And your pulse even activates your retriever and everything. I mean, like, it's an all-in-one. That is so awesome.
Oh yeah, it's just the one pulse that activates everything.
Well done, dude. I'm pretty impressed. Not gonna lie. Look at this, he's tunnel boring. That's awesome. So cool.
That's what I say, the turtle babysitter for my tunnel wall.
Nice. Alright, guys. Well, I am going to get out of this deep, dark cave and go start working on a build back at my main base. Tahg, thank you very much for the tour, my friend.
Yep.
Back to Dyer's base. Real quick recap of what we worked on last episode. Got my computer system up and running. I do need to do some off-camera coding to get this screen updating properly. But basically I want to have Zone 2, Zone 3, and Zone 4 represented here, showing whether the door and the security systems are online or offline. I have to do a little bit of tweaking, but I'm writing a program. And like I said, I'll upload all my programs to a paste bin once I'm kind of done with them. This one's really sloppy, I'm not going to lie, the one that does the power control, because I basically took my naming thing for my portal back at my main base, copied that, and then, like, made some tweaks, and some things I didn't tweak properly. So my whole code there is sloppy as heck, but it works, so I'm not going to mess with it. I should probably clean it up a little bit before releasing it to you guys. All right, like I said, I will be back in a few minutes after I've done a little bit of programming off camera, and then we can see how this whole monitor system turns out. Should be pretty neat. And then we want to get a monitor system here to determine what all this stuff is about. All right, guys, we will be back. All right, guys, I am back, and while I was away between the period of time I recorded the last segment and this one, I came back to find all my security disabled in my house, and I found the MFSUs completely empty, like no power in them at all, and my nuclear reactor also completely drained of all its uranium. And that is cool. And then I came over here and found that my startup script was slightly edited to instead print hacked by the Ender Force. So my suspicion is, and I'm just going to reboot here actually, I suspect that my buddy old RichardG came by, broke a hole in the wall on the end here, threw some energy crystals in, somehow drained my capacitor as well, and you know, waited for all the force fields to drop because he drained all my energy. And yeah, I'm going to have to get him back pretty evilly. So there's Soren demonstrating how he thinks. We sat here for a minute like, how did he do this? And then we're like, all right, that's probably what happened. So, relocating a few things in my house here. You can see me just taking care of a little bit of business. I'm going to shift click this guy down so that he's sending power out. So now we should have just basically reversed the exact system that I had. So you can see here I've got, you know, my MFSU pointed at this MFSU, and this one powers over to here. And this is the one, Soren actually helped me out, swapped this out while I was, you know, getting everything else working. And I think we should be in good shape now. So maybe cover up the floor, and he should not be able to reach these blocks any further. What we did determine is there was one spot he might be able to reach them from, and might be over here, because this area right here is a little bit safe. So if he were to stand in between these two buildings, he might be okay. So to prevent that, I'm going to bump out the force field range in just a moment here. But I need to reconfigure all my force fields as a result of the capacitor being moved. So we need a new capacitor card for every force field, because the capacitor was moved, so the old cards are no longer valid. So first things first, let's get our nuclear reactor running. That should start generating some force energy for us. So MFSU's filling up, this MFSU filling up, and this guy generating some force energy. Great. Capacitor needs a card. I can manage that. So just boom and boom. And now this guy should be charging up with force energy. Perfect. Now is the time for me to run around and upgrade everything. So let's see. Did I pull the card out of here yet? I did not. So this guy, you can see, is valid false. You can tell that it's an invalid card. So if we just place this in the crafting table, it'll erase it. We'll get ourselves a new card from the capacitor. Boom. And I'm going to insert this card into here. And that should now enable the security system. So this is level 4. So Soren, you're going to have to help me test this a little bit. Let me put this guy in a mode where it will steal Cobblestone. That sounds like a good plan. So let's turn off security zone 4 real quick. Offline. And I should be able to edit this block now. And I'm going to tell it items banned is Cobblestone. Do you have any cobble on you?
I do.
Good. All right, so this is in search mode. So let's just test to make sure. So I'm going to have you stand right out here, let's say. See where these torches are? So stand outside the house, but on those torches. You might be able to access the MFSUs, right? Can you access them from out there?
Right here, I can.
You can or you can't?
I can.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to test, right? If I put the security mode on, you should get a warning here, but it shouldn't steal your cobble. Is that correct?
Maybe not. No warning. Is there enough power on it?
Yeah, there should be. Force energy is at 9% at the moment.
Are my cards still in there?
Oh yeah, your card is still in there, isn't it? Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Soren's card is removed. So now you might have to leave the area and come back, but...
Yep.
So warning, right? And when you stand out here, so stand right there, right? I'm going to turn it off and then turn it on. You should get a warning right away. Warning?
Nope.
No? Maybe I turned it off and on too quick. Okay. And let's see if you get a warning this time. Anything?
I have to come back into
Okay.
the area.
Gotcha. All right, that's fair enough. You know, he's not going to be in there when I turn this on. All right, so now what I'm going to do is turn security zone 4 off. And I will come over here and say, actually, yeah, that is not good, is it? So if I bump this perimeter up by 1, then it's going to actually affect people who stand right outside the back and edge of my house. So that'll affect people out here. And it'll also affect people who stand over here. And I don't really want to do that to people. So I need to figure out a way to make sure he can't access the blocks over here. Yeah. That's going to be tricky. I could make the walls of this room force field blocks so he can't drill through them. But then I feel like, you know, it's completely unprotected if the nuclear reactor runs out of power. And that might be a small problem. So how to resolve that? Force energy is building up. That's good. MFSU is doing its thing. Excellent. So how to resolve the fact that, yeah, you're going to get your cobble stolen if you're standing there. Alright, let me think this through for a minute, and I will be back. Alright guys, me and Soren, mostly Soren, came up with a neat idea. If we just put like a cobblestone wall around the house, like this, it acts kind of like a fence, and then I can prevent people from coming in. So let's see. I'm going to bump this range up by 1, so I need to get myself a range extender. Let's get that going. Oh, Zelda records Direwolf recording, haha. And, where's my thingy-mabobbers? There they are. Cool. That'll do. Pahamar's here. Pahamar, RichardG got me. And I'm recording, by the way.
I figured both.
Alright, so bump this range up by 1. That should now encompass the area where Soren's standing. So Soren, go ahead and leave the field. I'm going to turn on the force field. Or you know what, stay there if you want. And I'll just turn it on and see. Do you lose your cobble?
Not yet.
Okay, go ahead and leave the field and come back in and let's see what happens. Cobble
Nope, still
lost?
on the cobble.
Still have your cobble? Really?
Oh, and if I step into this little one more block, I lose it.
Oh, so you lose it right there. Okay, I see. So I need to bump it up by 1 more. Okay, so let's get you your cobble back. Alright, and here comes your cobble. Alright, stand there for a sec, I'll turn on the force field, and then I will see what happens.
Are you still busy stealing his stuff?
Yes. Oh, there it went.
Did it steal it right there while you were standing there?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So go ahead and go stand outside the, outside the fence, and what I'm going to do is put the fence around. Stealing whose stuff? Soren's? Always.
Yeah, you're stealing his stuff.
Constantly.
My cobblestone. Very valuable though.
All that valuable cobblestone.
I know, especially with the minium stone.
I knew.
I know.
Alright, so here, come get some more cobblestone, and then what I'm going to do is just put a fence around here. Just make sure, let me get the fence built real quick. And I'm just going to have you make sure that you don't lose it at any point.
Right. Actually looking at this, and it's smaller than normal block bounds, so maybe.
All right, see what happens.
Okay, yeah, I can walk into the field right here.
Okay, so because it's a smaller,
Yeah, I can go into the block.
yeah, you can hit into that block. All right, Fair enough. Then what I'm gonna have to do is maybe, like, I'm just trying to prevent people from accidentally dying. Like, just
Right.
don't want them getting too close to the
Best
house.
thing to do.
You know, so I'll just have to bump it out by one more. Yep. So let's put it out like here. That sounds good, right? Ooh, that actually looks kind of cool even.
Yeah,
I kind
just
of like
make
the way
those
that
little-
looks.
Wherever you want your little entryway, you can just put a hole in between. It looks kind of nice.
Yeah. Alright, so now you shouldn't be able to accidentally walk into this force field area.
Cobble.
Right?
Nope. Moss.
So just make sure there's no accidental, walking into the field at any point. And
This block.
that block there, get you?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that comes out to here. Okay, that should be fine. I can fix that.
Stop leaving this field.
There you go. Just have me wrench back. Alright, so now you should not hit any point where you accidentally lose your items. The only way you can lose your items is if you come through the cobblestone wall at this point.
Awesome.
Right? But if you walk inside, or you know what, actually, yeah. See where you lose your cobblestone blocks here?
Right here.
Right there? Was that it? Or was it here or here?
I'm gonna need more cobblestone.
Yeah, go slow and let's see where it loses it.
Okay, next one.
So that's where the... Okay. That's cool. That works for me.
Nice.
I'll take that. Perfect. So this field is a little larger than the other ones, but this is the one that really needs the most security built around it. Now, in fairness, somebody could probably come to, like, the back of this house and steal items through the crates, but I don't expect people to really be stealing items from me. Maybe I should think about security there, too. We shall have to see.
Automated turret.
What's that?
Automated turret.
Yeah, right.
Harry, you seem to be a very targeted player to have
He
to
is.
spend all this
Can't
time
imagine why.
on the security.
I know, right?
Like last server, he had all this stuff. Next day I get on, go look, and it's like missing something.
So if you're standing here, you can probably still access my stuff and steal things out the back, even if you're standing back here. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, I guess I can right click, find out what it is.
Yeah, you can figure out what it is pretty easily and decide you want to steal things,
Okay, diamonds.
right? So this will prevent people from at least getting into this room for now. Now that the reactor's running and everything's good and behaving, cool, cool, cool. I do have to get the monitor set up like I said I would, but a little sidetracking by this. So let me come back in just a few. I have to replace all my security cards. So let me get Soren access back so he doesn't keep getting zapped out there. And I have to go collect all the cards from all the things. So that's not going to be fun. But I'll be back in a few when I'm done. Alright guys, so here is a rough idea of what I'm talking about doing. You can see I've got my force field status here being displayed as offline or online, and it's coloring them properly. And it even gave the zone 2 a nice little light blue color. Now if I switch this thing to be, and I'm only going like, test code right now, but if I set this to this, then it should properly color. So anything that's online should come up as green, and anything that's offline should come up as red. Real simple. Just a quick demonstration of how I made this work. Real simple. A function that says if it's offline, then set the color text red, and if it's online, set the color text to lime. And then it writes out whatever was passed to it, and then it sets the color text back to white. So basically what I do is I set the color text to white. change the cursor position, write out the word door. So you can see the word door there. And then it sends the first argument to that function and says, if it's offline, then red. If it's online, then green. And then it writes it out. And then it sets the color text back to white. And then it writes the word, security, and does the same thing again. So let me update this a little bit, and I'll be back. So there we go, a little bit of copy and paste later, and we've got some offline and online showing up there. Pretty spiffy. So one more thing I want to do is have right in the middle on the bottom there, probably along the same line as where force field status is the overall shield around the house. So let me check that out. And that, as they say, is that. Pretty spiffy. So real quick bit of programming here off camera. Basically wrote this little program that can display this information on a monitor. Now what I need to do is RedNet control it so that this guy activates the wireless RedNet stuff, and he should be able to transmit this packet of information from here to here. And I'll basically have it set up so that this program over here will be waiting for that information to come along, and anytime this updates, it'll send the information to that computer. Pretty cool? I thought so. But that's going to have to wait until next episode. So this is Direwolf20 signing off on episode 82. Hope you enjoyed checking it out. Hoping that my security changes inside this room will prevent any RichardG shenanigans. If he does somehow break into this room again, it's going to be cause for concern, and I might have to go with more of a force field type design for the walls of this room, just to prevent him from breaking in here. Following that, I need to get him back. So I'm going to do a little bit of a revenge prank. Get him well taken care of. Don't worry, I have a plan. So that'll have to come next episode or the episode after, once I kind of situate what I'm going to do. And because of the way I record these videos ahead of time, I should be able to prank him and get him back, and he won't even know what happened because he won't be able to watch the video for a few days. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and take it easy!